Hi, my friend. Welcome to this live workout. I will have to check that we are actually live and online at some point, but today we're doing something different. At least I decided to try doing something differently this time because everyone seems to, well, think that actually workouts are good for the sake of just workouts. Yeah. So we are live and doing good. Mm, yeah, I will reload my control. Yeah, so we are good. Stream is going and I will just keep an eye on that thing. So today we're doing the energizing workout with the kettlebell, and it's kind of moderately heavy, but scalable, of course, to any fitness level, given that you have the kettlebell weight that is reasonably challenging to you. And I will briefly explain how this workout is structured, how it delivers those results that it promises, the high energy and sustained energy levels throughout the day, actually. You have probably noticed that some smart people do like push-ups or pull-ups spread throughout the day, even like without dressing or changing into the workout clothes, and doing this in the office actually, or doing just some squats or something that doesn't necessarily require any specific preparations or a fitness implement. And the first reaction is usually, well, is this guy like, or is this girl like totally nuts? What are they actually doing? But the research actually and science actually backs this all up. And what they're essentially doing is they're giving themselves a boost of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. And this is like basically coffee on steroids. This is a brain fertilizer, which is free and accessible. And all you have to do is impose some reasonable amount of physical stress, and then you will have this dopamine release and BDNF release and all that good stuff. And that will um, continue to be released in your body for from a couple minutes to a couple hours, depending on the actual stimulus. And morning workouts are actually the smartest kind of uh, point in time and space to do this type of work, because when you wake up in the morning, and this is actually why you wake up in the morning in the first place, is because your cortisol spikes. So the cortisol spike is the actual wake up signal for your body. So this is why you wake up. But the downside of it is that you have a truckload of cortisol floating in your blood. So, and how people typically deal with that. They either take a bunch of supplements or go have like coffee, which, well, doesn't necessarily affect that in any way, or even makes the problem worse, actually, because it will eventually, if you don't get rid of this cortisol, coffee will make it even worse, because when the withdrawal hits, it will actually worsen this cortisol problem. But this is the point for totally another story. But the very efficient way to deal with this cortisol and make it kind of less harmful, because cortisol is one of those things that actually helps physical adaptations to happen. So we needed cortisol um, for your muscles to grow, actually, to get this signal that they need to grow. And in the morning, this is a very good way of hitting those two birds with one stone. So you basically utilize all this truckload of cortisol that you have from waking up, and you also have some cortisol that will actually act as a signaling agent to let your body know that we want those adaptations to happen. We want the muscles to grow bigger and basically testosterone to rise, and thus um, we want a leaner physique and more muscular body. So that's why morning workouts. So if you think that some people just like doing it in the morning, well, I don't know. Of course, I have like conditioned myself to like it over the years, but like I said, there is a scientific proof that backs it all up. So it's really pointless to actually not do this in the morning. So the best way to get rid of this cortisol is the workout. And since it's fairly heavy, this effect, the all this signaling through vagus nerve, all this signaling of and release of BDNF and dopamine and all this good stuff will continue throughout a couple hours, like 2 hours at least. And this is for like most people. Well, I don't know about you again, but I tend to be very active in the first like 4 hours of my workday. And then I go to switch to some less important tasks. So having this first bout of deep work for me is very important. So I protect it like my life depends on it, because it does. So that's why it makes a ton of sense to do this work in the morning to get your hormones in balance. And since you are not trying to contradict this uh, morning cortisol with or blunt this cortisol with some supplements or whatever, this actually gives you a really stable energy levels throughout the day. And of course, like afternoon coffee can ruin like many things, but you may figure out eventually, you may eventually notice that you don't actually need all that much of a coffee in the afternoon too, since you have primed yourself for success in terms of stable energy and balanced hormone level throughout the day. And this will also help with glucose utilization from your lunch, especially if you are someone who has lunch in some earlier time slot. And of course, this workout is hard, right? So it's reasonably hard, but it's hard. And doing something hard in the morning is actually very important psychologically, because this is also sets you up for success. Whatever you have, that important meeting first thing in the morning, usually people like to have them on Mondays and so on. So you have it at 10 a.m., but you had your workout at 8 a.m. So at 10 a.m. you are sharp and ready to go. And you have basically already, you're checked out basically your entire physical work for the entire day. So that gives you this boost of confidence too. Not to mention that, of course, you're gonna be pumped after this workout, which will make you look really good with or without clothes. And ultimately, even if you have some extra weight right now, this is the smartest strategy to get rid of this thing too, and not only get rid of it, but also stay lean for the rest of your life. And of course, you will need a proper diet for that. And this is something that you can actually easily address by grabbing my book, which is in somewhere, I believe, in the channels about section. There is a link to that book, or typically we have it in the description as well. But you can find it if you need. It's a very actionable framework on how to make sense of all this tracking and nutrition and whatever, how to structure your own workouts based on my personal experience from losing weight, like a ton of it actually. And if you think that I haven't been fat in my life, you're terribly wrong. We have a look at the channel trailer. There is a bunch of my photos from back in the day. I went from 120 kilos to 72 almost at my lowest weight. So I know a thing or two about getting lean and staying lean year round. And the book is free, by the way, so feel free to grab it. So today we are doing a bunch of heavy exercises that are really good at achieving just what the title promises, at dumping your cortisol, priming you up for success first thing in the morning. So we are doing, there is no BS in this workout, only foundational heavy movements. And we have a bunch of those less heavy movements, like push-ups, for example, and we have an active rest in between sets with the jump rope. I'm gonna be using jump rope, but you can just run in place or just move around just to keep your heart rate up. And yeah, that's it. So for the kettlebell work, we're gonna be doing thrusters, we're gonna be doing snatches, and we're gonna be doing kettlebell swings. All those movements are single-handed movements, so there is some certain number of reps per side that we will have cues for that, and you see them. Um, you see them in the info screen right now. So for push-ups, I suggest you pick some reasonable number of push-ups that you can sustain through the 4 sets that we're doing today. We have added one active rest, the jump rope active rest as a 5th exercise. So to keep it concise and to make it fit into the 20-minute time block, we will go for 4 sets instead of 5. And it also makes sense because we don't wanna kill ourselves right in the morning, because well, some people also think or like this idea, for example, of working out in the morning, but they kind of overdo it because they think the more the better, and they go to the gym like at 7 a.m. and start going hard on themselves. And then what happens after this 1 hour gym session? They have to like drag themselves to the office, and then they are fried by 10 a.m. This is another like example of doing it wrong, basically. This is very, well, naive thought that the more you work out every day, the better it's going to be for you. No, absolutely not. Sustainability is the highest goal. So whatever you do, make sure it's sustainable. And I think 20 minutes per day, specifically early in the morning, is a very good number for most people. I personally prefer to stretch it to like 30 or even 45 minutes, but you have to build to that. So you're not gonna be able to do it immediately from like your first try. So start with what you have. If you have just a light kettlebell, do it with what you have. Get accustomed to the moves, feel the moves, um, make sure your form is on point, and then progress to the next weight or progress with a number of reps. And talking about weight progression, the beauty here is the adjustable kettlebell from Eric's Fitness. And this thing is totally amazing. It has a couple of downsides to it, but those are so minor given its price point, which is like 100 lower than the average at the market. And the beauty of this thing is that it's one kettlebell for life. It's adjustable from 12 to 32 kilograms, which is pretty much 32 is called the beast, and it's the maximum weight for most people. And 12 is the kind of minimum recommended weight for gentlemen's. And it's a very good also starting point for female uh, athletes, which is, well, it's kind of, if you haven't done anything in your life, if this is your first kettlebell like ever and first exercise in your life, then 12 is a bit on the heavier side for a girl. But and then you should start from 8. But you will um, build up to 12 very, very fast if you stay consistent. So in order not to need like to buy a bunch of those kettlebells, just if you are serious about getting in shape, just invest into this adjustable thing once, and you don't need to buy anything really. And you can even fly with this thing. It's 32 is enough for this um, the luggage weight basically. So without further chatter, this is just a quick reminder. So I will not demo the exercises before we start because we have 4 rounds, and you can just follow along as we go, and I will demo them and give you all the form cues as we go through the workout. And yeah, the jump rope will sit on the side. Like I said, we will have these active rest moments where we will need it. But again, don't sweat it if you don't have it. And some of those exercises, by the way, can be done with the dumbbell. Like snatch, for example, is a very straightforward thing to do, and thruster as well. And the only thing which is kind of feels a bit awkward is the kettlebell swing. So doing it with a dumbbell is a bit of a stretch, and you need a pretty heavy dumbbell for that. But if this is what you have, then do it. And any dumbbell is better than nothing, for example. So this set of exercises is totally doable with dumbbell, in my opinion, as long as your dumbbell is heavy enough and as long as it's kind of, if it's adjustable dumbbell, then it make sure it's safe, that you can tighten it up so it doesn't like disassemble during the workout. That would be the main advice from me here today. And of course, make sure you're hydrated. Keep some water bottle or your teacup or what have you ready because you will sweat. This is a kind of intense workout, and you need to replenish your body liquids, especially if you're going to be doing some proper work later in the day. So let me switch on the music and get on with the workout, because otherwise I like hanging out with you guys, so I can do it like forever. Yeah, so we will have a warm-up and some preparation sessions, so don't sweat it. Let's start.
Get ready.
Yeah. So if you are not warmed up, then just do a couple shoulder rotations, elbow rotations, and basically you want to mimic those motions that you're gonna be going through, which is basically a squat or the thruster.
Warm up.
Yeah, for the warm-up I'm gonna be using my jump rope. But like I said, if you don't have it, a good way to replace it would be jumping jacks or run in place, or you can just do it like 10 squats, for example, bodyweight squats, because this is the foundation of most of the movements that we're gonna be doing today. Nothing crazy, just get yourself warmed up nicely. If you know some jump rope footwork tricks, go ahead by all means. If you don't, doesn't matter. Doesn't change a thing.
Swings, 10 each side.
So, 10 kettlebell swings. 10 each side. Yep. And I will switch. 2. And then the rest of the minute you have for it.
Snatch, 5 each side.
5 each side. I will start from the left. Remember that snatch is the movement from the bottom up. It's not a swing. So the bell is moving vertically. Mostly. There is of course some arc to it, but it's mostly vertical, not radial. Okay?
Thrusters, 5 each side.
Those take most of the interval.
Push-ups.
Now push-ups. Pick some number and go for it. I'm going for 20. This is a really smart strategy. Snatch and thruster, they have already loaded your chest muscles, so you are pre-fatigued them.
Jump rope.
And having push-ups after them, after that type of movement, is very beneficial because your chest will get enough volume even from this single workout. Again, jumping jacks are good enough. Don't have jump rope, can't jump, not an excuse.
Swings. 10 each side.
Total.
Snatch. 5 each side.
If you are only learning to snatch, wear wristbands. They will help you to protect those wrists while learning.
Thrusters. 5 each side.
Still wear them, even though I have proper form. Because when you do a lot of them, form will inevitably start breaking down.
push-ups,
fatigue obviously settles in, and if you find yourself unable to complete the set of push-ups, just drop to knee push-ups.
jump rope,
Make it easier, but don't stop. Same with jump rope. Just go slower. And if you have a lot of energy, on the contrary, go fast. But we are basically almost halfway through, so you need to pace yourself. Don't go all out yet.
swings, 10 each side,
If you have any questions about training, nutrition, whatever struggles you have, put them in the chat. I will check it out after the workout.
snatch, 5 each side, thrusters, 5 each side, push-ups,
Ooh. That becomes tough. It kind of gives you an idea. This workout is definitely not a joke.
jump rope,
You mess it up, just come back to jumping as soon as you can. Or take a break, depending on how you feel.
swings, 10 each side, snatch, 5 each side,
Almost there.
thrusters, 5 each side, push-ups.
Ooh. Only 10 this time, because I feel like the form is really breaking down, so there's no point to continue. I'm taking a bit of a longer rest here so that I can continue if needed. But we're actually almost done.
Jump rope.
And having this muscle decline in my triceps and chest muscles doesn't mean that my legs are totally fried, which is not true at all. That's why we will continue using our legs effectively, even though the upper body is totally fried.
Workout complete.
Complete. Done. Done, people. That was a blast. Surprisingly intense and satisfying. So after this, doing this type of workout first thing in the morning, I don't know what can actually stop you from delivering your best work later in the day. This is how I like to start my morning, and morning routine is not the topic of today. There is probably gonna be a totally separate article about that, and I'm typically publishing them in my blog, but I also announce them in the community posts here on YouTube. So if you are enjoying this content and this workout specifically, give it a like, consider subscribing, because those live workouts, I really do enjoy doing them for you people, and I will definitely continue doing them, well, as often as I can, at least once per week. And you can also expect a little bit expanded range of topics on this channel going forward, like topics on nutrition and actually the actual cooking type of videos and so on. So give me a subscribe if you like. Yeah, I will fill up my cup of water and attend to your questions in the chat. You still have a couple of minutes to write them down if you have something to ask. Otherwise, I will go my way and let you get back to your own business too. But hydration is important, and the more you drink effectively, the more your body will actually want to drink. So if you are not feeling thirsty after this type of workout, it can mean a couple different things, but or if you are not sweating at all, but I would suggest that you start going to sauna at least once per week and start drinking like water, like specifically, explicitly big amounts, like at least a tall glass at a time. That way your body will actually figure out that there is water around, and you can sweat, so like release all those like byproducts, waste products, and then also you can fill up your liquids and wash it all through and hydrate properly. Because poor hydration, especially during the workout, can actually result in muscle cramps. This is the first sign. If you're having muscle cramps during the workout, it's like you shouldn't feel that. If that happens, drink water immediately, like stop and drink. Preferably not plain water, but some electrolyte mixture. But yeah, I will take my laptop a little bit closer and have a look what we have. Yeah, we don't have actually any questions today, so I guess that's it then, and I will let you guys go because that was a really difficult workout and you deserve to have whatever is your next meal, and or at least a decent cup of coffee. And don't be afraid of drinking coffee in the morning. Don't listen to all those people. Coffee is pretty okay as long as it's not in the middle of the night or too close to bedtime. But of course, skipping coffee like after midday is a smart move to improve your sleep and, well, overall balance, energy balance. But having coffee in the morning, I really do enjoy the taste, and I have it black, so I will go do just that, and you do too. And or if this is your evening, go have your dinner because well deserved. Give yourself a tap on the back, and I see you in the next one. Okay? Take care.